I'm going to have to work 10 times harder because I'm a woman. Everybody is against me in this industry, and I'm going to have to, well, then I'm going to have to work 10 times harder. And guess who doesn't like to work? Me. Hi love, welcome back to my channel. Happy Wednesday. I'm so excited to be here. We're not missing a day this week. We've got a video every Wednesday and Sunday. On Wednesdays we do little classes, we get together, we talk about manifestation, and on Sunday we do a little Sunday reset. I'm trying to incorporate a little Q&A into that, a little Sunday Q&A. So come back for Sunday for that. I'm very excited about that. Eventually, I would love Sundays to be a live show where I'm answering questions, doing things like that, because I think that that is just such an incredible way to channel messages directly to people. If you are new to this channel, I just sit here and yap, and you're here because there is a message for you in this video. There are going to be points in this video that don't necessarily resonate with you, but if you are here, I guarantee there is a piece in here that is meant for you, that the universe wants you to hear, okay? So stick around for the whole thing. Go ahead and like this video. Subscribe, leave a little comment, say hello, check in the comments, say I'm here, I'm present, and let's just get right into the video. Am I getting better at my intros, y'all? Okay, I think I'm getting a little bit better. Oh, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Helly. And like I said, on Wednesdays, we do chat strictly about manifestation. And today I want to talk to you. And if you see, I do not have my TV here because it's straight off the top of the dome. I think I've found that the messages come out better when I just ramble and go. And you pick up what's for you and you leave the rest. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about how you are doing simply way too much. Not even simply. You're doing too much. Okay, darling? When I talk about manifestation and you sit there and you observe or you absorb that information and you say, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta act this way, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Stop it. You're doing too much, okay? And then, like, who wants to do all that work if you really don't have to? So, let me explain something to you. Manifestation is about our emotion, okay? It is about how we feel. It is about how we perceive. It is about our vision, okay? And all these tools, all of these things that you think that you have to do are simply just tools that help you feel better, that help you see a bigger vision, that help you raise your vibration, okay? The only thing that you have to do, no questions asked, is have a good fucking time, okay? The only thing that is necessary is joy. Think about this. If manifestation is, if the way that I feel is what happens, like the emotions that I'm expressing are the emotions that I'm going to attract, meaning like if I feel really abundant, if I feel really optimistic, I'm going to attract abundance and optimism. If I feel grumpy and negative and low vibrational, I'm going to attract grumpy, negative, low vibrations, right? Okay. So with that being said, we are going to be doing things that make us happy, because when we are happy, we feel happy, and then we attract more happiness. It's like all you have to do is knock that first domino over and the rest will fall on its own. Choose joy. Choose happiness. Walk away. Choosing happiness means walking away from not happiness, walking away from struggle, walking away from all of these things. If you were born into a family that decided that we just struggle, this is a struggle, everything is so hard, these are things that have been told to you, and it is not your fault, but that is how you see things, okay? That is why there are such privilege in certain communities, because I, as a white person, never was told that I can't do something because of my skin tone. That was never a belief put onto me. Therefore, I never had to overcome it. I'm sorry that I'm getting so deep. I am delivering the message that has come into my mind, okay? So just based on that alone, I am privileged to where I don't have to work and chip away at those doubts and those restrictions. And if that is a restriction that you are dealing with, I encourage you to chip away at those beliefs. Move towards a belief that I walk through this life with ease. Opportunities are constantly coming to me. all the time. I am constantly met with abundance and opportunity. The right people are coming onto my path. I don't know why. Sorry. I'm a little bit immature. But I am constantly meeting the right people who will support and uplift me. I am always on the right path. The universe has always got my back. On the days that I feel like I am experiencing doubt, the universe will lift me up. 444, that that angel number means that the universe, guides, spirit, whatever, ancestors are guiding you. They are uplifting you. They are offering you support, and you have that support when you call on it. Okay, so if you are experiencing these doubts, and if you are experiencing this, well, you look at me on this screen and you say, well, of course it happened for her. Look at all these great things that da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I didn't have these great things a year ago. You know what I mean? I simply chose, and that was when it really changed for me, because I've been manifesting for 10 years, but nothing changed as quickly as when I started just choosing happiness and joy and peace. When every single day, I check in with my mood, I take a little moment and I say, where am I vibrating? Am I like really happy? Am I really let's be real. Today I woke up fighting with people in my mind, okay? Fighting with people that aren't even in my life anymore, having these arguments, defending myself, doing the... So what did I do? Well, first of all, I tried to ignore it and it only fed it. So I went to go look for my favorite coffee and it was just a struggle, y'all. I had to go on this, it's not even worth talking about, but I had to go to 5 different stores just to get my coffee. And I tell you that happened, and I swear to God, my coffee was at my deli a block over a week and a half ago. And I saw it there and I said, oh, thank God. The next time I'm out, I'm going to come to this deli. It wasn't there today. And I was met with all of these issues because I woke up on that energy. I woke up with that energy of, I got to fight. I got to struggle. I got all this thing. I got to defend myself. And it was just in my mind. I was just fighting demons in my mind. And my life reflected that. So as I was walking, I said, whoa, girl. I started to notice like, hey, you're being really negative. After the 3rd deli, I was like, okay, there's something clearly wrong with me. This coffee is very common. There's no reason for it not to be at 3 delis. So I said, oh, the universe wants me to walk this mood off. The universe wants me to walk this attitude off. And I went to 5 different delis. They didn't have exactly what I needed, but the guy said, I'll put it in the order. We'll get it for you next week. Boom, solution. There was another alternative coffee that also was fine. It wasn't the best. I didn't like it, but it did what it needed to do. The other ones, the other delis all had caffeine free, or the ones that you need the machine for, and I don't have the machine. I needed some instant coffee. But this morning wasn't about coffee. This morning was about bringing myself back to peace. And that's why I bring that up, is because I woke up real fucking negative. I was going to say real negative. Okay. So I had a lot of struggle. That was what I was vibrating on. That was where I was resonating. I was resonating on a stressful level. So I was met with stress. And then when I did a little check-in, all I had to do to change my day was do a little teeny tiny check-in and say, hey girl, I think we're a little bit down there. Let's bring it up. And I said, okay, what does all of this mean? Just simply walk it off. I asked the universe, what's going on here? They said, you need a walk. You need time outside. You need to go to 5 different delis. You need to go on a mile radius around your home to find you need this. And I said, oh, actually, you're right. I'm very rarely right. The universe is always right. Okay. So I was like, okay, you're right. That's facts. And on that walk, I said, I'm going to choose to let all of these arguments and these things that aren't even happening. And you know how you have a fight where it's like, I should have said this in the argument. That's what I was doing this morning. And on the walk, once I finally chiseled away at it, and this is why the universe is always so perfect and always so divine, because they will send you on a mission that doesn't even need, any hoodle. So I said, I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing happiness. I'm choosing fun. And I went on my little walk and I said, the rest of my day is going to be great. And the rest of my day is actually really freaking great. And also I said, you know what? I'm going to treat myself to a cherry Coke. And I did. And now the rest of my day gets to be incredible because I noticed that I woke up negative. I started, because of that, just because of manifestation, I started attracting troubles, issues. And I said, no, thank you. No. Let's actually turn this around because perspective is a choice. Okay. I don't know why I just said that, but it's true. Perspective is a choice. Like, you can choose your perspective. You can choose, trust me, listen to me. I have every reason to be so negative about this world. I have every reason to say nothing works out for me. I have every reason to be so mean. I have every reason. Life has not always been the best to me, and I could have used that as an excuse to have a perspective about the world that is really negative and da-da-da-da-da. But would I have all of this if I chose to be negative? Okay, don't look at my chair. We all have a chair where you like put your, okay. I wouldn't have this, but I chose this. So start choosing this. Start choosing your best life. Start choosing the perspective that will guide you down the path that will only bring more abundance. You can choose to be negative. You can choose to look at the world as it's against you. The world will be against you then. That's a choice. I'm sorry. And I know sometimes this is very triggering to people because, let me make sure that I'm not muted. I know this is very triggering to some people because they look at what they're dealing with and they say, oh, so this is my responsibility too? That's a perspective. That's a perspective. It could be, oh, this is my responsibility too. That's a perspective, which is a choice. A perspective is a choice. So we could choose the perspective of, well, since I created this, I am such an abundant being, I can create something else. You are who you think you are, therefore you can change right now. In this very fucking moment, the way that you think about yourself, okay? When I used to be a dancer, I used to be a stripper, I would see these girls and I would other myself from them. I would see these girls and they were making so much money and they had the cutest little outfits and I would say, well, that's them, I'm me, I get the cheap outfits, I have like the okay regulars, da 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 da. And then I was like, wait, why am I not like them? Why am I saying I'm other than them? Why am I separating myself from who I want to be? And then I started to think of myself like those girls. When I go to the club, I look good as fuck. I have the best regulars. I have all these customers that want to come and see me and da 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 da. And then it happened because in one moment I said, wait, why am I saying I can't have that? Why am I saying that's not, hold on. Why am I saying that's not for me? I'm just saying that. I'm just making stuff up. So why don't I make up something else? That is me. Every night I come into the club, I make $1,000. I am really that girl. I blah, 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 blah. Y'all, can we just, okay, let me introduce you to my ear. She's a nosy bitch. She wants to be a part of every little party, and I'm so sorry, but I try and put her to bed, and she always just keeps coming back out, girl. Okay, so, hello, they see you. Go away now. Sorry. Oh, I need a therapist. Y'all, my therapist broke up with me. Well, she didn't break up with me, but I broke up with her because I didn't like her attitude. So I don't know why I just lied and said she broke up with me for another day. All I want you to know is that who you are is who you think you are. If you want to be somebody else, choose right now in this very moment that to be somebody else. Okay? Just be like, for me, actually, wait, I'm realizing things. I used to be such an disorganized person. I actually was looking through my like Snapchat pictures. My room was a pigsty. My room was disgusting. Full stop. Like, it was nasty. My room was horrible, messy, explosion at all times. And it would bring me down because I would look at it and I would say, I'm such a fucking slob. I'm so messy. I'm so disorganized. I can't have a clean space to save my life. And I would use what I was looking at to say who I am. Then, years later, once I finally found this hack that who you are is who you think you are, I was like, lying to myself, gaslighting myself. We spoke about that before. I was gaslighting myself into truly believing that I am a clean girl. I'm not a clean girl, but I'm an organized girl, and I'm a funky, fun, fresh, clean, organized, fun girl. I don't even know what I'm saying. But I gaslit myself, and now my room is clean like 80% of the time, and I'm only becoming more and more organized every single day because I gaslit myself. I literally one day I decided, actually, I am organized. Actually, I've always been organized. Actually, I'm not going to show you my room because it's a little bit of a mess, but I mean, a world of difference. I'm telling you, this room, not this room specifically. Yeah, actually this room while I lived here too. My rooms, all of them, a disaster. Now I have like a little routine. Things are good. Everything's great. And I'm only getting more organized because one day I decided that's who I am. So today Let's decide who you are and choose your perspective. Choose who you are. Are you somebody that just struggles and, oh my God, finding a job is so hard? Or, oh my God, like these classes, like school is always so overwhelming. I've always been so overwhelmed. Okay, that was yesterday. Today is who you are. And I promise you, you know what the craziest thing ever is? We sit in our bed. If this doesn't apply, let it fly. We sit in our bed at night and we think about all the things that we did. And we're like, oh my God, I'm so cringy. Everybody's going to think about that. Everybody's going to remember that, blah, 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 blah. People don't remember who you were. People remember who you show up as. And if there are people who are no longer in your life and that was the version of you that they got, God did that to them. Like, you know what I mean? God gave that version of you to them for a reason. They're not thinking about it. They're up thinking about their own cringe every single night. Okay. So show up today and people will, I kid you not. I kid you fucking not. If you showed up as a completely different person overnight, people would start to receive you as the person that you were showing up as, not as the person that you were. You are the one that is attaching yourself to your past. You are the one that is attaching all of these beliefs. And guess what? If that's how you think about yourself, that is who you are. The way that you think about yourself is who you are. You are who you think you are. And people think about you in the same way that you think about yourself. So if you sit and be like, oh my God, everybody thinks I'm weird and cringe and whatever, blah, 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 you're going to move through life real weird and real cringe. But if you think about yourself as somebody who can talk to anybody, who can get along with anybody, who expresses themselves really clearly, like you feel like when you're communicating with people, they really understand you. Everything is going blah, 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 blah. There's not a lot of weird, awkward moments. That's how people are going to perceive you. They're going to be like, okay, I used to be very, very weird. It took me a very long time to learn how to mask. I'm ADHD. So it took me I'm not kidding, like sophomore year. And it's also because my parents didn't let me leave like very sheltered. So like sophomore year was when I learned how to mask and like act like the society way. Before that, I was just so weird. So what was happening to me was I was showing up a little bit weird. I was a little bit off. And then I would be like, oh my God, I'm so weird. Everybody thinks I'm so weird. And they didn't, but because now oh my God, everybody thinks I'm so weird. Now they think I'm so weird. You know what I mean? Now I'm the weirdo kid with the, no, for real. I was so weird. But when I started to learn how to mask and I was like, oh, okay, like this is how you act, this is what you do. And then my perception of myself got a little bit better. Other people started to perceive me as a little bit better. They were like, they wanted to be my friend. They thought I was fun and cool. The weirdness was like a cool thing now. I didn't change. I changed the way that I saw myself, which changed the way that other people saw me. People think about you the way that you think about yourself. If you're going to leave that house and go out to an event and feel miserable and you're PMSing, don't go. Okay? Don't go. Stay home. Work on that vibration. Get it up. Okay? If you have to be late because you were working on your vibration before you left the house because you want to be received well, and you were having a moment where you're like, oh my God, I hate everything. Don't judge yourself. Don't shame yourself. Just take a moment. You can turn that around. You can leave the house in a positive mood, attitude, whatever. Okay? You can turn that around. So we're not just going to push and be like, well, this is who I am and da-da-da, nothing can change. No. That's not how life works. How life works is how you feel about yourself is how people feel about you. And you can change that at any moment because perspective is a choice. Okay. We do receive a lot of information from the people that we were born around, from the cultures that we are in, from this and from that, of course, because we saw it. We saw it, now we believe it. However, the way that things work is you believe it and then it is. So if we're using our sight to determine what is, then we're not going to be able to really create and expand on this life that we have. If you have the ability to look at something and be like, I don't physically see that, but I know, bitch. I know. That is the beauty of manifestation. The reality of my bank account, sad, depressing, scary, terrifying. It's November 27th. Do I have my rent? No. Am I gonna get it? Yes, I am. I am because I get it every month. I do. And you know what? There's a belief in me that pushes it off to the last of the month and I need to work on that belief. But my belief is still that I make it every single time. Every single time, every time, without fail. That is my belief. So that is what is. And that is manifestation. What you believe is. And how do we change our beliefs? Repetition. Repetition. Okay. So the reason you believe what you believe is because somebody told that to you over and over and over and over and over. Every time you said, Mommy, can I have this? And she said, no, we can't afford that. Too expensive. Oh my God, put that down. What do you think? I'm made of money? Repetition. That is now your belief. You go on and you say, as you're out with yourself at the grocery store as an adult, and maybe you have an incredible job, but if you grew up in that scarcity mindset home, you go through the store and you say, can't afford that. Ugh, I need to put that back. What do I think? I'm made of money? You're going to repeat the same thing because that's all you've repeated to yourself. So we're going to identify those little places, whatever it is that you're working on. Identify the belief that is blocking you from abundance, from getting whatever it is. So if it's career, you're going to say, I'm not going to get that job because XYZ. That's the belief that we are going to how do I say this? That's the belief that we're going to transform. Okay. Let's just use the belief that money is hard to make. Okay. Money is so hard to make. I have to work so hard. I have to work 10 times harder than everybody else. Imagine that me as a woman, I sat here and I said, I'm going to have to work 10 times harder because I'm a woman. Everybody is against me in this industry and I'm going to have to, then I'm going to have to work 10 times harder. And guess who doesn't like to work? Me. So I'm not repeating that to myself. I'm saying I am spectacular at business. Things just happen for me. I'm always guided into the direction of success. Ideas come to me while I sleep. I am constantly growing and learning and becoming the best version of myself. And now that I am the best version of myself and more of that every single day, I become richer and richer every single day. The more I love myself, the more authentic that I am, the more true I am to myself, the more blessings come in, the more abundance I receive, the more the universe is willing to support me, the more I have blah, 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 blah. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I went and I took something that was stopping me, blocking me, a simple belief, and our world is going to be what our beliefs are. Another one, the law of assumption, what you assume is what is. That's a very simple manifestation law. It makes sense when law of attraction doesn't make sense to people. Law of assumption will make sense to others. What you assume is what happens. Okay? So take whatever it is. Relationships. Oh my God, men are just, these days. I can't find a good man out here. They're all taken. They're all 5 feet tall. I can't blah, 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 blah. Well, okay, that is a belief that is guiding you to not good men, right? Okay, so what are we going to do? I am so grateful for the way that men have turned their lives around. I am so grateful for the support that they have offered women. I am so grateful that there are so many incredible men out here that are willing to provide and support, and they have worked on their emotional intelligence, and they are meeting me where I need to be met. I no longer have to stoop down to their level. There are so many men who are up here with me, and I attract them often. There are so many that I don't even know who to choose. There are so many great men around me that I have no idea. That's my issue, is there are too many great men. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's take another one. Manifestation. If you are believing that manifesting is really difficult and you have to do all these things and you have to be perfect, stop. Okay, I love manifesting. Manifesting is the most simple tool known to mankind. Manifesting is what I do every single day. All I have to do is tune into where my emotion and where my energy is and take that and choose happiness. Oh my gosh, wow, it's crazy. Good things just keep happening to me because I continue to choose myself. Every time I lock into myself and become more authentic, I already said this, blessings come in. But do you see what I'm saying? Take whatever issue you have and affirm the opposite. Affirm the opposite. Okay? And then gaslight yourself and say, it's always been that way. I've always been so organized. And you know what? My friends have always said that about me. The thing that they love about me most is that I can take any situation and boom, organize it. Wow. I'm just so great. I'm always on time. I'm always on track. My mental clarity through the roof. Always. It's always been that way. I never in my life has my room been messy. I don't know what it is. My room is always clean. Do you see what I'm saying? And do you see how much conviction I have as I'm saying these things? I feel it. I know you feel it when I say it. When you are saying these things, feel it. Okay. And I posted some like mirror affirmation memes on my Instagram, guided by Helly. And one of my followers commented and said, like, I feel really weird when I look in the mirror and I say this. Like, I feel awkward. Okay. And think about babies when they first start walking. This is exactly what I said to her. When babies first start walking, real awkward, real wobbly. But through practice and through time, you walk and you don't even think about it. I'm walking and I literally, like, I'm not sitting here being like, this is so hard and thinking about every step. I just walk. Okay, get through the awkwardness, push through the awkwardness. And awkward is fine. If you feel sick, if you feel like this is not for you, if your body is like rejecting something, if you have like a gut feeling that is like, no, I don't know why we would be feeling that through mirror affirmation. Well, maybe we're feeling mirror affirmations. It's making us feel ill because we're so low that like high vibrations are making us feel icky. You know, it's like when you were never hugged as a child and then you like go and like have like a really huggy emotional friend who's like so good at like expressing themselves and it just makes you feel icky. Not because like you hate love, but you're not used to it and it's uncomfortable. That feeling uncomfortable in that sense, when logically we can look at this and be like, if I were to accept this love, that would help me. Like, let's use a little logic here, but just push through. Okay. You had to take those first awkward couple steps. You had to go to the gym when you first started lifting weights and be real weird and real awkward and not really know what you were doing. Same thing when you show up to manifesting and looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I am that bitch. I really am that girl. Oh my God. Thank God I'm here. Oh my God. Like, I just love the woman that I've become. I put so much work in to becoming her and I love her so much. Every single piece of her, I love her from head to toe. Okay, let me think for a little bit longer if there's any more messages that are coming through that I need to share with you guys. And if not, I think that was a good... I don't even know what I said again. If you make it to the end of my videos, I'm not kidding when I say I don't remember what I talked about. Like, I say all these things, then I'm just like... I'm gonna enjoy watching this back for the first time. So thank you. I think that covers everything. If you need to hear me repeat myself, watch it again. I say that as like the most repetitive person. I repeat everything and I'm like, girl, if you need me to repeat it, go watch it again. I'm just kidding. You know I love you. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I really enjoy talking to you guys. Like, actually, like, we chat in my DMs on Instagram, we chat in the comments, and the way that, like, I love us. Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna be weird and gushy and mushy. I love you. Thank you for watching. Like the video, please, and leave a heart emoji, your favorite color heart. Love you.